prosecution, persecution, and everything that has gone on with the Jan 6er cases. So I know that we're down to our days. Sherry, you want to come do our star removal, which we can't do because it's in the rain, but metaphorically we're doing it.
Yes, we absolutely will do it. Unfortunately, it cannot withstand the rain.
Right.
So today is day 23 of our countdown to inauguration and our J6 freedom. Tonight's shining star J6er is Robert Palmer, and this is a letter from the Patriot Mail Project. God is so great indeed. He not only had Trump win, but it was by such a landslide that there was absolutely no way they could try to steal another election. What is absolutely beautiful is the complete slapdown of the far left agenda. We now have the Senate, and at the time I am writing this, which is Saturday night, 8:30 p.m., we are only 7 seats, if I am not mistaken, from having Congress. What the Republicans need to do now is govern.
Bluetooth pairing.
Screw trying to compromise. Those days are behind us. Push the agenda that we all know will work, and let's get our country back. In all the excitement, I hope that Trump does not forget those of us in prison. It is my understanding that pardons, the actual type of pardon is still unknown to me, will be issued on day 1. Is that your understanding? Is there anything I need to do? I have been emailed by several different people, and I'll continue this after the call.
When that happens, and I can't cook it.
Bluetooth connected.
Evening Freedom Corner.
Hello, Mr. Dominic Fox. How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing very, very well. As I'm sure the entire Freedom Corner audience and all of America, if not the entire world, knows, the Arkansas Razorbacks were victorious yesterday in the world-famous AutoZone Liberty Bowl over the Texas Tech Red Raiders. So emotions are high. We're enthusiastic, and just doing good. And as you guys know, or maybe don't know, a lot of us are on the kosher diet. It's a much better diet. We get salads, we get some fruit, and then now, as I'm sure everybody knows, on the third night of Hanukkah, they have started blessing us with some pastries. I guess you call them jelly donuts, but for the last 3 nights, along with our salad and 19 slices of bread that we get a day, they've started adding donuts. So things are tasty and enjoyable in here. But we're doing good, and watching some football right now. We just watched the Pop-Tart Bowl, I think it was called, which was pretty silly. But other than that, just counting down the days until the process of getting out of here really kicks off and into high gear. And it's something that I've tried to kind of talk to the guys about a little bit here more and more. Myself and Taylor Giannatakis, and I think John Banuelos and some of the other guys have all read that book, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And there's a really big lesson in there that I think is important for not just the men in here, but our families and supporters to all be mindful and cognizant of, and that is, so many of us have fixated on this idea that January 20th is going to be the day that we walk out of here, and I hope that's true. I believe wholeheartedly that the pardons are going to come down on January 20th, but in the book, Viktor Frankl talks about, and he's somebody who was a therapist that was in several of the different labor camps during World War II in Austria, and I believe it was just in Austria, maybe in Poland. And he talks about all the people in the camps. You know, there were people that survived, and there were people who died. And so many people, they focused on being released, that the Allies were going to free them by Christmas Day. And then when Christmas Day came and they weren't released, actually a lot of them ended up dying and just kind of gave up. And so I'm not saying that to you know, make anybody think we're not getting out of here on the 20th, but I've also in you know, thinking about that, and then also reading Sidney Powell's book, License to Lie, you know, where it talks about people who've received pardons. You know, just because they sign the pardon doesn't mean the DOC staff or the BOP is going to, you know, jump to it and move the paperwork. So, of course, I hope I'm out of here on January 20th, but I've started, you know, telling the guys the process really begins on January 20th. And again, I hope I'm out, but I don't want people, because, you know, it could be a real freak out if, you know, everybody's like, oh my God, it's, you know, the pardons are signed, why am I still in here? And I just want everybody to, you know, continue praying, continue supporting, continue sending out good energy. But it is going to be, it's not like they're just going to open the doors and we're all going to walk out immediately. I wish that were the case, but I just want everybody to continue praying and to be mindful that the process starts on the 20th. And again, I hope we all walk out, but I don't want to see anybody freak out if you know, it takes a day or two. And aside from that, we've heard a lot of good stuff lately about, you know, some different lawsuits, and I heard like a group of 100 J6ers got together and are filing some serious action. Is there anything you guys can tell me about that?
I actually don't know a lot about it. I haven't read, I have only read headlines about it, nothing concrete.
Okay, but it is in the news.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, I think there's a lot of change that needs to happen. I think there's a lot of wrongs that need to be made right, and unfortunately, you know, we've seen, you know, you can sue somebody for anything, and sometimes you win, but in a situation like this where you have very valid concerns, where, you know, families have been destroyed, lives have been destroyed, you know, people have been called terrorists and insurrectionists and things that, you know, none of us are. I think there's going to be some serious change that comes about, and, you know, there's a lot of different lawsuits from what I hear, and I'll just say to anybody out there, sign me up for all of them. Sign John Bonuelo, sign Daniel Ball, sign Greg Birdie, sign all of us up for all of them, because, you know, something's going to stick and change is going to come, and it'll just be nice to be, you know, no longer be on the receiving end of that lawfare, but to have people on our side finally engaging in it. And, you know, we have, you know, I learned a lot from my brother Christopher Quaglin. I have every single IGP that I have filed over the last 16 months. Right, not nearly as many as he had, but I have hundreds. Well, I don't know how many. Probably close to at least 100. Stuff documenting things like, you know, it's a gross thing to say, but the rodent feces in our food, documenting the fact that we haven't been, you know, allowed outside, documenting the fact that we don't have the necessary paperwork to have to change the needs to happen. And I actually talked to a USA Today columnist the other day, and one of the things I mentioned was, you know, the true power of the Freedom Corner audience. Friends like, you know, like my friend Kathy in Ohio, or Carol in Oregon, and all of you out there, Kevin and Mary, all of you guys that call into the jail and get things done for us. But it really shouldn't take that. It shouldn't take, you know, 100 or 200 patriots, you know, bounce all across the country calling into the jail to get things done. We should be able to have recourse for things that are going on in here, and for some reason, you know, that hasn't happened. I think one of the most egregious examples of things just not being done is what happened to, you know, to keep bringing up Chris Quaglin, his knee, or Greg Purdy's tooth, or Brian Smith's leg, Ben Berlew's, you know, entire experience. And there's things that, you know, eventually, whether it's January 20th, the 21st, or sometime thereafter, the January 6th defendants are eventually going to leave this facility, but there are going to be good men and good people that are left in this facility who have every presumption of innocence and the ability to fight their case, and they shouldn't be doing it in the circumstances that they are. There shouldn't be rodents in the food. There shouldn't be, you know, months and months without recreation. There shouldn't be a lack of access to medical care or religious services and different things like that. So, I didn't show up on January 6th to, find myself, calling Morgan and Morgan or, J.G. Wentworth or anything like that. But I think the only way that stuff's really going to happen is when we say, hey, you need to pay up and show up in the courtroom and produce discovery, get deposed. But I'm really confident and hopeful that change is going to come, not just here in the DC DOC, but some of the stuff I'm hearing from the BOP is just it's horrifying, it's terrible. Solitary confinement should not be used as indiscriminately as it's being used. Mail should absolutely never be tampered with. I actually, my friend Magamouse, Caitlin Mervar, myself and Vitaly Gosjankowski earlier this week actually received mail. This is not a joke, that the jail here in DC received on May 13th.
Wow.
May 13th, and we just got delivered that mail this week. That's over 7 months. Actually, no, it was on the 23rd. It was 7 months and 10 days to the day. Things like that can't happen. I'm sure that, I got the letters. Somebody sent me a Matthew McConaughey book that I've not gotten. My mom sent me tons of books, and I'm sure that patriots around the country have sent so many of us books that are showing delivered that just never show up. And that's not, there needs to be some correction on that. People should know that when they send their loved ones things, that they're going to receive them, because they certainly don't get them back. They don't get their money back. And it's really unfortunate. But I continue to, remain hopeful. I'm excited. I'm enthusiastic. It's just, it's such a strange feeling to really be, I was talking to Daniel Ball about this earlier, and it's like I've got 1 foot here in the jail and 1 foot, in this freedom environment, and it's such a weird mindset, because when I got here, when I got arrested in August of last year, I didn't know how long I was going to be in jail. I didn't know if President Trump was going to win. Of course I hoped he did. Of course I hoped I wouldn't be in jail for a long time. But eventually, you just get into like the very mundane becomes your routine, and your routine becomes very mundane. But now I've got so many different things to think about, and thankfully, I've talked to my mom and a lot of my friends, and I've been able to do some planning and some real, visualization and manifestation exercises on how I want those first couple days to look like. And, it's kind of overwhelming, to be honest with you. And I know my buddy James Grant talked about how crazy it was to be out, and I'm kind of feeling that right now, and I'm not even out yet. But I'm excited to know that my friend Deb Ash is, I know she had an opportunity to go do some work on another continent, and she's going to stay here and kind of see this thing through, and I'm thankful for that, and for everybody that's going to be there with us, Sherry, Nicole, Mickey, all you guys, Heather, Rebecca, everybody that's going to be there on the Suzanne Monk, everybody that's going to be out there, I just appreciate it, because it's going to be crazy, when you lock somebody up for an extended period of time, and then just like open the door and you're like, all right, figure it out. It's going to be a weird experience, but one that I'm looking forward to navigating.
It is definitely going to be a different type of transition for you guys, especially, the fact that you guys have never been through anything like this before in your life. And it's like walking into another world. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some adjustment. But more than anything, I think once you guys step out that door, if you just take that first breath of fresh air, feel the freedom that you have, and then just let your heart be still and just go through each minute as it comes, brother, because time is short and you have to do your best with it.
Absolutely. It's I don't know if Brandon's out there, but it's something he, I know he experienced, and a lot of guys have gone through already, and it's 23-ish days, and it's something that I'm definitely looking forward to. But they are here to drop off our vitamins and nighttime meds, so I'm going to end it with saying thank you To everybody for being out there tonight. I know John Manuel is going to give you guys a call here in a minute. I would love to keep in touch with every single one of you when I get out here, and the best way to do that is to drop me a follow on Instagram. It's not Dombox, NOTDOMBOX. Keep up with my writing and other stuff that I'm about to be publishing on GiveSendGo. It's givesendgo.com/freedomj6. And I was supposed to be on the Cowboy Logic show like a week ago, but Charlie Kirk and America Fest preempted it, so I'm actually going to be on next week, January 4th and 5th, I believe it is, and I'll be talking about some of the kind of behind-the-scenes stuff that's been happening since the integration, and I would love it if you guys would tune in on the Real America's Voice channel on Saturday evening at 9 p.m. or Sunday at 4 p.m. God bless you, Patriots. Thank you, Freedom Corner, and I'll talk to you again soon. God bless you.
We love you, brother.
All right.
Thank you for you.
Sherry's got to finish her.
I'm going to go ahead and finish this letter. I have been emailed by several people, and I have been told I need to write a letter. I have then been told that I am already on the list since I received Suzanne Monk's book on how to pardon the J6ers. I have emailed her and asked her the same question. I am sure you can understand not only myself, but other J6ers in here are anxious to know. Let me know when you can. God bless you, Tim, for all you have done and for standing with us during these long, hard years. God bless you, Rob. And that is from Robert Turner. He is our 23rd J6 star.
Hello, Freedom Corner.
Hello,
How you guys
hello.
doing today?
We're amazing.
Good, good. This is John Emmanuel Panuelos, hostage right here at the BC jail, one of the hostages.
Okay. So,
Good, good. Just came here to talk about the Freeform Swami comment that he made on X and about the Putin plane crash. And I know Dominic Fox was talking about the epic book, Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning, one of the famous books that everyone should read and everyone should be familiar with. Hello, Freedom Corner.
hello, John Manuelos.
Hello, hello. Yes.
All right. Well, it seems like you have, an outline that you want to talk about. So, start it off.
Yes. Well, I'm not as awesome as Bach, the way Bach does it. But yes, one of the books that we pass around here is Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning, and everyone should read that book from 12th grade down. And Dale Carnegie, one of Dale Carnegie's books, Jordan B. Peterson books, or Marcus Aurelius, any books like that is very good. Books are a competitive advantage, and
Okay.
pretty
Well,
much.
what did you get out of Manifest of Meaning? Is that the name of the book?
Not Manifest of Meaning. It's called A Man's Search for Meaning.
Okay.
It was
all right.
yes, it was it's a great book. It talks about pain and anguish and the human, and it's a doctor that went through the concentration camp that kind of his interpretation, his view of how the world works and how the world should be. and that everyone is responsible for their actions.
All right.
And and it's an awesome book. It's not that big, and it's a great book.
And that's what you got out of it?
No, I got out of it in that there is an intelligent designer, a creator,
All right.
and that everything is backwards. So what's right is wrong, is what's right. So everything is pretty much upside down, and life is unfair. That we have to be strong and courageous, and that we have to be just strong and face fear head on.
Well, yeah, that's right. No one has ever promised anything easy. No one's promised an easy life or a gilded, existence. Things happen to people. It's how you react to it.
Yes, for a lot of people, it seems like common sense, but a lot of Americans don't understand that it takes anguish, courageousness to overcome these life obstacles.
Breathing helps. Deep breaths.
Yes.
And
Yes,
drinking water, right, John?
yes, meditation and breathing, drinking a lot of H2O.
Just good breaths in, exhale that negative energy out, and things are better.
But I also recommend that anyone listening to this message, my future grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, read that book, Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning.
Okay,
it's
so
a must-read.
I think what you're saying is manifest for meaning, and you're saying man's quest for meaning.
Man's search for meaning.
No, it's called Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning.
Okay.
Yes, Viktor Frankl. He wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning.
Okay.
Yes.
Not manifest for meaning. Man's search for meaning.
Correct.
I was wrong. Sorry.
Yes, it's a very there's nothing like the Bible, but the Bible was inspired by this book, and I recommend everyone should read that book and read Dale Carnegie books and Jordan D. Peterson books, and there's a book called The Heath Brothers Switch. That's another good book, and any book that has to do with emotional intelligence.
Well, yeah, I mean, because people aren't always, they don't always know the best way to handle things. Whether it be from lack of emotional maturity or lack of faith maturity, whatever that is. But you do gain those things, and books can help you gain them if you've never experienced it yourself.
Well, books are man's competitive advantage. And what Big Ramaswamy was talking about is American culture has considered Carter B as an influencer, and we do need engineers and scientists in order to come to this country. And I've traveled all over this country, and I adopted, not me personally, I drop them off at my sister's house. And anybody that wants to have brunch or tea with my sister, she's available around that time because she doesn't work. She's a house mom, and she's available. Linda Ortel, she lives in Summit, just like 2 blocks away from the police station. And I have a son that's a U.S. Marshal and another one that's a Navy SEAL. So if there's any people that have bad intentions, gotta be aware. Anyways, anyone's more than willing and welcome in my family to go have tea with my sister and discuss any topics. I think wrestling is a good sport. My sister thinks that fighting is not. And if anyone can convince her, maybe that, convince her.
No one stopped by and convinced his sister of fighting is a good.
No, it's wrestling.
Thing.
It's wrestling.
Wrestling. No, John, we shouldn't have people stop by your sister's house for tea or brunch.
Well, you guys are my family. You guys are my family.
I know, but you don't know who's listening.
Well, we got a force multiplier. My nephew's got force multipliers to anyone that has bad intentions, and we got pit bulls, so I'm not worried about it.
I know. But I can honestly tell you, I am not set up for tea or brunch on the daily. Maybe your sister is,
well,
but I don't know.
My sister's pretty cautious. My sister's pretty cautious. That she'll probably, like, on her message, she got, I don't answer phone calls, and this has been years of her message. She's like, I don't answer phone calls. Every time I call her from a different country or a different state, and I'm trying to get a hold of her, she always has the same message. I don't answer phone calls that are not on my contact list. Click, and then it goes beep. So for my sister, it takes you have to kind of show your competency. So I know that she knows what she's doing.
All right. Just maybe not stop by. Well, I think wrestling is different though than fighting.
My sister won't allow no contact sports. She's adamant about purity and innocence. So she's doesn't allow none of that.
All right. Well, her house.
Maybe someone can help me and convince her that contact sports are something that are very valuable to the American life.
Well,
she's more in preserving innocence.
And that's good.
Yes, my sister. I'm so proud of my sister. She's done a great job with my kids and my nephews, and I'm just hoping that she's gonna give me a job and to kind of get reunification with the family. With all the experience I've gathered all over this country and some 2-3 continents, maybe she'll give me a role to play in this family. And you guys are my family too, so you guys could give her like Dennis Prager videos, Candace Owens videos, Michael Knowles videos, like shoot her some information, like this is the information your brother's been researching on. It's okay to let him in. And not to mention Dominant Box, giftsandgold.com. Free Dom J6.
Thanks for the plug for Dom. Tell Dom, good job. Well,
so yes, I have
go ahead.
Yes, I'm willing to communicate with you guys now, and I feel that you guys are now my extended family. I'm trying to figure out how I blend you guys with my family, and I told my family that I want to blend you guys with you guys, and I don't know how that's gonna look, but my mom's not gonna live forever. My sister's gonna need a friend, and hopefully.
We're here, baby. I mean,
yes,
I'm not the best. I'm not a really good friend. I'm not good at reaching out to people or anything like that. But if they're around me, I'm good at being present in front of them. So, and I think that when you get out and you're going to be able to blend your J6 family and your family together because of the shared experiences, and your kids will understand what other Jan 6 kids have gone through, and you won't have to really worry about it. It'll just happen organically.
Amen. That's what I keep hearing, that it's that chemistry, that element that it takes. But I'm not worried about it. There's so much work to be done that I already consider myself that, like, there's a lot of work to be done, and the culture, like what Ramaswamy was talking about on X, that the American culture, and we need a lot of Dennis Pregers out there. We need a lot of people that are gonna, instead of people, churches going to other countries with orphans, we need to start taking care of our orphans here in the United States. My sister's probably tired of me dropping off kids at her house. So we need to take care of the orphans here in this country instead of going to Mexico, Venezuela, or other places where there's orphans, and concentrate on the orphans here. And yeah.
Well, I think that things are going to play out hopefully in the best way possible, and President Trump has a good team in place to get things done. So I think we should just all go boldly into 2025.
Yes, everyone seems to be excited, and I know we're gonna get. You know why I have confidence now that we're gonna get let go soon? Because the guards are acting kind of like mean. They're kind of like they're acting like weird. They're not weird. I don't like to say the word weird because Democrats use that word weird, but they're being like I don't believe in racism either. They're being undecent to us, J6ers, and that's how I know that freedom is just around the corner, because they're hating on us. They're mistreating us, and they're kind of like, of course, Hutchinson and John has warned us this day was going to come, and they told us keep our head down, be on our best behavior, don't tell the other prisoners that we're going to get released, and warned us pretty much.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Leaders, and all is well, and definitely I'm excited to hear Dominic Box on his Cowboy Logic interview that he's going to go on pretty soon, and he's going to expose some of the behind the scenes things that happen here in the J6 pod. It's going to be very exciting, I think.
All right. Well, we will be looking forward to that. Mickey and I will be on Cowboy Logic on the 18th. So people look out for that.
Good. Just look out for Dominic Box at GoFundMe. Go give some go, whatever, for Dominic Box. And I love you guys. I really love you guys. I truly love, and I love all these guys in here. And just drink your water. Make sure you support one another. And, your liquid vitamin D just for the sun. And take care of you guys. Take care. And this doesn't end. We got...
Take care. He's always making sure that we're taking care of ourselves. Okay. Man's search for meaning. Thank you, Angelina.
So, what day do you have open?
For what?
We're calling.
No one dropped
You
by.
sure?
No one.
You're sure he gonna drop by for tea?
I'm ready for tea. I'm never ready for tea.
Coffee, maybe, or a couple shots.
There'll be nights you wanna believe me, and I'll know I'm the one that made you go and feel that way. So I took all my wrongs, and I wrote this song. When it comes to us, baby, I shed blood. When the road gets rough, I'll be right here. They say love is a battlefield.
Little upset that Sherry couldn't do the whole letter at the same time. I will be making clips of it, but I don't like it when it's broken up like that. I will do those clips though.
Well, hello,
Good
Uncle Bob.
Good evening.
How are you?
How's everybody doing?
Hi, Uncle Bob.
We haven't talked it's in a couple of days. How's everybody doing?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. The weather out here is a little misty, but not real cold, so that's decent. And
That's a plus, especially into December, going
yeah.
into January.
And Mickey had to go back to California. One of her sons had surgery, and things aren't going as planned. So she had to go back home to be with him for a while. But she will be back around the 4th.
Oh man, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so
I'm very
definitely keep
concerned
her
about it.
and her family in your prayers.
Yeah, oh yeah, always, always. Man, so, how you guys doing? I haven't been keeping up too much with the news. I've been watching football and watching these guys argue over what workouts to do in here, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, but how's everything going up there?
Oh, it's going pretty good. There really isn't a lot of news to report. It's been eerily silent from the left,
Yeah.
which, you know,
Kind of.
when you don't hear your kids playing anymore, you know it's time to check on them.
Yeah, when it's quiet outside, like
Yeah.
where they're at.
But
But
they're
no
really,
news is good news.
yeah. Well, let's
So,
hope. Let's hope.
How you doing, Sherry? How's everything going with you? Everything's good?
Everything's good with me, darling. I got a roof over my head and food in my belly, and I get to spend my nights with you guys. My life couldn't be much better than that right now.
That's amazing. We got a roof over our head and food in our belly.
That's right. We are blessed, brother.
You know, we are blessed. We are blessed. You know, it could be a lot worse.
Yes.
It could be a lot worse for everybody out there. You know,
Yes, it could.
we're on the cusp. We're on the cusp of everything being great again. You know,
That's right.
and
23
right now-
days.
how many? Hold on. What did you say? How many?
23 on our calendar, but that's counting today, so.
22 days. 22
Yes.
days. Tomorrow's 21. At lunchtime, tomorrow's 21.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Purdy's busy at his laptop, writing up motions, doing his thing. And everybody's in good spirits in here now.
That's good.
We
That's
played
really good to
basketball
hear.
this week. Everybody got a little exercise in. These guys work out every day, you know.
Yeah,
Everything's looking
they-
good. We're all
they were-
positive.
They were dogging you about the basketball game yesterday.
Yeah. Tell me their name and where they live.
I
I'll
don't
talk to them.
remember who said what.
Tell me who they are.
We
No,
just
I'm
heard
gonna
about
meet them on the court next Thursday.
right. We just heard about the old man trying to keep up with the young bucks, and he was fine till after the game, and then he was hurting. But see, the
Yeah,
only
it's
thing
funny.
that said to me is that at least he's not a whiner during the game. He got it done.
They're just angry because the old man stuffed them, the old man stole it from them, and the old man scored more points than them. That's why they're angry. That's why they're talking junk. But it's okay. We love that. That's inspiration for
Healthy
everybody
competition.
to play a little better.
Yes. Healthy competition. It's always good.
It's friendly competition. We love it. We love it.
And he didn't say your name, but everybody knew exactly who he was talking about.
Yeah.
So I guess you're the old man in the pod.
Hey, they'll remember me.
That's right. Remember that old guy that tried to keep up with us in basketball?
Remember that old guy that was scoring all those points and blocking us? Remember that guy who limped off the off the court, but scored all those points. Remember that guy?
And he couldn't walk for days afterwards.
2 days later, he was still limping.
Yes.
Poor Uncle Bob.
I can't wait to sit with you guys and hear some of these stories because you know they are going to be, you know, just like the old vets sit around and tell war stories, you know.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be like for you guys. Everybody's going to be telling their jail stories.
It's what it's been now. We talk every morning. They come over with their coffees. And we talk about the game, yesterday's game, and who did what, and who blocked who, and how many points. And then they start talking about what workouts they're gonna do for the day. And that's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get something to eat.
I'm going to go eat and take a nap. You guys have fun.
I'll let you guys figure out how you guys are gonna work out today. All right. You know, y'all are 27 and 30 years old, and I was there like 12 years ago. And I'm not. You guys don't intimidate me, or I'm not worried about that at all.
Amen.
You guys can talk all that stuff you want.
Amen.
Yeah. No, we're what? 4 more days, and it's the new year, right? No, 4 more days.
Something
for the
like
new
that,
year?
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. These years go quicker and quicker.
Yes,
Every
they
year.
do.
It's the same. Yeah.
Yes, they do.
You know, we were talking about, you know, our lives before everything. You know, I think about my ex-wife, and, you know, I gotta say, that was the love of my life. You know, we went down different pathways, but you know what? No matter what, she was the love of my life, and I would always be there for her. And, you know.
Amen.
We all live and learn. We all live and learn about ourselves, and we got a lot to look forward to after this. You know, after this 20. If from what I'm getting from everybody, you know, we're looking forward to an amazing new beginning for our country.
That's right, we are.
This is what we all need.
Yes.
I talked to my sister at home, and like she's starting to talk like she lives in California, only gets 3 bags, $100 per bag for groceries.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
you
it's
come
crazy.
home this little bit, and you're spending so much, and like, you know.
Yeah, it used to be you could walk out of the grocery store for a bag full for $15. Now you can't
Remember
even.
those days?
Yeah, I
Last
remember, but they
4 years ago.
they were at least 4 years ago.
But
Yeah,
the economy's
I
booming.
remember just less than a year ago, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, I'd be shopping just for one. I never spent less than $200 in the grocery market.
Exactly.
And for one person, I can imagine, like, I sit there and I walk out of the grocery market and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, imagine a family of 4, imagine a family of 3.
Yep.
What are they doing? You know? Man, it's not fair. It's not fair to the people. We shouldn't be living in a country like that. We should. The great country that we are, our people should be prospering, not settling for less. Yeah.
You're absolutely right, because you know there's no reason with as rich as our country is, and I'm not just speaking monetarily, but as rich as our country is, we should not have to struggle through a daily life just to survive, because our own government has taken such advantage of us that it's just not possible right now. So that's all about to get turned around, brother. We're gonna get this country back on its feet. We're gonna get it back to where it's supposed to be.
They about us. And you know
Yes.
what? You know what? It grew love it for us to start caring about each other, and we're going to change that.
Amen.
So, forget them. We're going to be caring about each other, making
Amen.
each other's lives better. And that's what's going to
Amen.
happen with this new forefront. And you know, and we know Trump's our main guy, and he's going to do that for us. And
It is to
with all his
us, we
tips
the people.
and everybody that's coming in, I feel so good about what's going to happen over these next 4 years. Over this next year is going to be amazing
Yes.
for this whole country.
Yes, it truly
Yeah, we
is.
just got to get to the 20th. You know, they're digging their nails in and they're trying to figure out every which way. I saw a small article about how some Democrats are trying to create this situation where Trump couldn't get in because of January 6th.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
January 6th, we were there to protest, to get our voices heard.
That's right.
Things happen that were out of our
Better get it
means
done before
and were
January
created
3rd.
from the outsource.
They're out of
Because
luck.
you know what I say, and I'll say it to the day I die. If there's not a single policeman at that Capitol that day on January 6th, 2021, not a single thing would happen. Nobody would get hurt. Not a fire would be set. Everything we would sit outside that Capitol and we would wait until our voices got heard.
You're right.
That whole situation was created from within. It wasn't from us. It wasn't from the people that were showing up and loving the people who loved their country, the patriots that loved their country, that showed up that day. They were not there to hurt nobody, and they were there to voice to have their voices heard. It had nothing to do with violence. There was nothing to do with hurting anybody, with causing any kind of destruction. We wanted our voices heard, and we saw that so many times in our discovery, where people were saying, we just want our voices heard. We want our voices heard. That's it. And then the cops push back. You know, hitting people in the face with the baton, just pushing people back. It was, if the police weren't there, it would have been a completely different day. I believe that, and I will believe that to the day I die.
I absolutely agree with you. And you know,
Yeah.
I also believe you really hit the nail on the head. You know, Americans have woke up to realize that they do have to count on other Americans, and Americans have stepped up to help other Americans because we know that the government isn't coming to help. We know that they're not going to help us in our time of need. And it has been such an amazing demonstration of patriots around the country stepping up, not only to help, you know, those that were affected by the natural disasters all over our country, but for you guys. You know, Americans realize that if we don't step up and help each other, then we're doomed. And I feel like they've done just that. We have seen the American spirit come out so strong in so many different situations that, you know, this is what America's about. This is what patriotism is about. This is what love of thy neighbor is about.
You have 1 minute remaining.
And I think Americans have really shown what they're about these last couple of years.
I agree with you 100%. And you said it. We love each other. We love our people. We love America. And that's what we were fighting for from the first day. That's what we fight for.
That's right. We
And
love
that's
you
what
all,
we're going to
Bob.
continue to fight for. This
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
going to stop here. We're going to
That's
continue
right.
to fight for our country.
Still
Because we
work
love
to
our
do.
people. We love our country, men. And we're always going to do the right thing. We will never
Still a
stop
lot of work
for
to
our
do.
country. Love our country.
Amen, brother.
So with that note, I love you guys, and we love the support. And I'm gonna get Gregory on the phone tomorrow with us. I know his fans are missing him.
That's
and,
right.
We're gonna get on
That's
the phone
right. We
tomorrow
miss
night.
Greg.
No problem.
All right. We love you, brother. You have a good night.
Love you guys. Good night.
All right, you guys, I'm going to go through this roll call. It is day 1452 of since January 6th, day 880 of continual nightly vigils here on Freedom Corner, and I believe 23 days
That's right.
until inauguration. Lives lost on January 6th. Ashley Babbitt, Roseanne Boylan, Kevin Greason, Benjamin Phillips, and on the following day, Officer Brian Signick. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Those detained: Christopher Albert,
Hero.
Terry Allen,
Hero.
David Ariando,
Hero.
Michael Asbury, Joshua Atwood,
Hero.
Farhad Azari,
Hero.
Farhad Azari,
Hero.
Nathan Baird,
Hero.
Daniel Ball,
Hero.
Thomas Ballard, John
Hero.
Banuelos, Logan
Hero.
Barnhart, Richard
Hero.
Barnett,
Hero.
Damon Beckley, Matthew
Hero.
Bedingfield, Damien
Hero.
Bale, Joe
Hero.
Biggs, Aiden
Hero.
Billiard, Craig Bingert, Brian
Hero.
Bishop,
Hero.
Jason Blythe,
Hero.
Kenneth Bonowitz,
Hero.
Dominic Box,
Hero.
Leo Bazell,
Hero.
Matthew Brackley,
Hero.
Michael Bradley,
Hero.
Joseph Brody, Glenn
Hero.
Brooks, Jeffrey
Hero.
Brown, Jeremy
Hero.
Brown, Mark
Hero.
Brew, Benjamin
Hero.
Burlew, Jamie
Hero.
Batu, Daniel
Hero.
Caldwell, Sarah
Hero.
Carpenter,
Hero.
Ralph Celentano, Jacob
Hero.
Clark, Cale Clayton, Stephen
Hero.
Capuccio,
Hero.
Thomas Castleman, Raymond
Hero.
Chambers, Reed
Hero.
Christensen, Raymond
Hero.
Cholo, Stephen Cook, Jonathan
Hero.
Copeland, Mason
Hero.
Corson, Joshua
Hero.
Dale, Matthew
Hero.
De Silva,
Hero.
David Dempsey,
Hero.
Lucas Denny, Robert Dennis,
Hero.
Timothy DeJargens,
Hero.
Caleb Dillard, William
Hero.
Dunphy, Tyler
Hero.
Dykes, Rockney
Hero.
Earls, Israel Easterday,
Hero.
James Elliott, Daniel
Hero.
Egvet, Tyler
Hero.
Etheridge, Jason
Hero.
Ferris, Joseph
Hero.
Fisher,
Hero.
Kyle Fitzsimons,
Hero.
Gilbert Fontecova, Michael Foy, Kevin
Hero.
Galato, Mitchell Gardner,
Hero.
Robert Giagetti, David
Hero.
Gietzen, Vincent
Hero.
Gillespie,
Hero.
Vitaly Gostinkowski,
Hero.
Jonathan Grace, Daniel
Hero.
Gray, Matthew
Hero.
Green, Philip
Hero.
Grillo,
Hero.
Joseph Hackett, Alex
Hero.
Harkrider, Richard
Hero.
Harris, Donald Hazard,
Hero.
Albuquerque Head,
Hero.
Luke Hoffman,
Hero.
Matthew Hongford, Joseph
Hero.
Howe,
Hero.
Joseph Hutchinson, Dale
Hero.
Huddle, Brian Jackson, Shane
Hero.
Jenkins,
Hero.
Alan Jennings, Justin
Hero.
Jersey,
Hero.
Andrew Johnson, Daniel
Hero.
Johnson,
Hero.
Jack Johnson, Zachary
Hero.
Johnson, Taylor
Hero.
Jonatakis,
Hero.
Riley Casper, Quinn
Hero.
Keene, Edward Kelly,
Hero.
Leo Kelly,
Hero.
Julian Cater, Derek
Hero.
Kinnison, Federico Klein, Joshua
Hero.
Knowles,
Hero.
Paul Kovacic, Matthew
Hero.
Kroll, Kyle Humer, Daniel
Hero.
Layden, Jai Liu,
Hero.
Michael Lockwood, Kevin
Hero.
Loftus, Kevin
Hero.
Lyons, Clifford
Hero.
Mackerel, Michael
Hero.
Mackerel, Marcus
Hero.
Malley,
Hero.
Christian Manley, Jeanette
Hero.
Mangia,
Hero.
Richard Markey, Philippe
Hero.
Martinez,
Hero.
Marcus Martin, Anthony
Hero.
Mastodano,
Hero.
Matthew Modelich,
Hero.
Christopher Marr, Mark
Hero.
Mazza, Ronald
Hero.
Maccabee, Patrick
Hero.
McCoy,
Hero.
James McGrew, Sean
Hero.
McHugh, Jeffrey
Hero.
McKellip, Kyle
Hero.
McMahon,
Hero.
Devin McNulty, Kelly
Hero.
Meggs, Ron
Hero.
Melee, Jaleese Middleton, Mark
Hero.
Middleton,
Hero.
Stephen Miles, Rodney
Hero.
Millstreet, Scott
Hero.
Miller, Robert Menuda,
Hero.
Theodore Middendorf, Brian Mock, Patrick
Hero.
Montgomery, Robert
Hero.
Morse, Jonathan
Hero.
Munifo, Eric Munchell, Clayton
Hero.
Mullins,
Hero.
Derek Neely, Linwood
Hero.
Nestor, Ryan
Hero.
Nichols, Gregory Nix,
Hero.
Anthony Nolf,
Hero.
Ethan Nordine, Michael
Hero.
Oliveras, Paul
Hero.
Orta,
Hero.
Nicholas Ort,
Hero.
Grady Owens, Jose
Hero.
Padilla,
Hero.
Robert Palmer, Nathan
Hero.
Pelham, Michael
Hero.
Perkins, Tina
Hero.
Peters, Dominic
Hero.
Pizzola,
Hero.
Daniel Phipps,
Hero.
Jonathan Pollock, Olivia Pollock, Mark
Hero.
Ponder, Rachel Powell,
Hero.
Joshua Pruitt.
Hero.
Oh, sorry. No, that's not who I'm on. Gregory Purdy,
Hero.
Matthew Purdy,
Hero.
Colby Perkle, Willard
Hero.
Perkle,
Hero.
Chris Quaglin,
Hero.
Baptiste Quinternet,
Hero.
Barry Ramey,
Hero.
Stephen Randolph, Guy
Hero.
Reffitt, Zach
Hero.
Reel, Robert
Hero.
Ryerson, Elliot Resnick,
Hero.
Stuart Rhodes, Ed
Hero.
Richmond, Thomas
Hero.
Robertson,
Hero.
Ed Rodriguez, Daniel
Hero.
Rodriguez,
Hero.
Christopher Rowe, Rally
Hero.
Runner,
Hero.
Jeffrey Sable, Ryan
Hero.
Samsel,
Hero.
Salvador Sandoval,
Hero.
Anthony Sargent,
Hero.
William Sarsfield,
Hero.
John Schubert, Peter Schwartz, Dale Shavely, Benjamin Shula, Daniel Scott, Thomas Civic, Jeffrey Sills, Benjamin Silva, Mikhail Sly, Brian Smith, Tommy Smith, Audrey Southard, Michael Sparks, Hatchet Speed, Jacqueline Starr, Yvonne St. Cyr, Alan St. On, Shelley Stallings, Tristan Stevens, Isaac Sturgeon, Lee Stutz, Ryan Swoop, Andrew Talkie, Enrique Tario, Jason Tasker, Curtis Tate, Jacob Therese, Kenneth Thomas, John Todd, Casey Tyrone Castro, Robert Turner, Edward Vallejo, Tom Vornis, Eric Scott Warner, Jessica Watkins, Jerry Waynick, Mark Waynick, Matthew Webler, Thomas Webster, James Wheat, Tucker Weston, Jack Witten, Dan Wilson, Ryan Wilson, Patrick Wold, Shane Woods, Douglas Wyatt, Ryan Yates, Gregory Yetman, Kyle Young, Jacob Zirkle, and those we've lost to suicide: Christopher Georgia, Matthew Perna, Mark Unks, George Meacham, David Hummel. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Let's say her name.
Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt.
Ashley Babbitt. My phone got disconnected. Ashley Babbitt.
Ashley Babbitt.
Sorry.
We should be calling in real soon. They're calling in anyways. So I'm going to go a little fast soon.
It won't connect. It won't connect. All right. Now it's connected.
Why, good evening, everyone. How are y'all doing this evening?
We are doing great. How are you?
Hello?
Hello? Yep, can you hear? Oh, there we are. Nice. Can you hear us? Are we there? Oh, okay, there we are. We have 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
3 minutes, fast and fast.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Sound like they're in
I
the
don't know
shower.
if it's raining out there. I've seen it was raining earlier. Lord willing, it stopped raining on y'all.
Yeah, it's just a little misty.
Man, we're having a really hard time hearing. I don't know if it's cutting in and out on y'all side or on our side.
It's not cutting in and out here. It's we just hear you guys really loud from the background.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Man. Well, we got 2 minutes now. We have today what we got going on. Pretty much the same thing we do every day. A little bit of working out, a little fitting. I watched movies last night. That was fun. Oh, wonderful.
Me.
What movie did you watch?
Yeah.
La la la
I
la.
was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's not a movie, that's a cartoon.
That's right. Live action. Oh, he's talking about. Oh, okay. I'm also with you. Technically, that is a cartoon and doesn't count as a movie. So. Oh, we have coming up on 1 minute.
1
Everybody get ready.
minute,
Everybody's
pass it
excited to see. Mr. Ball, tell us how excited you are on a scale of 1 to 9. 5. Ball says he's excited. Oh, never mind. Now he says 9. Mr. Purdy, how excited are you on a scale of 1 to 5? 6.5. 6.5 on the smaller scale. Wonderful. On a scale of 1 to 5, how excited are you? 9. 9. It wasn't even on the scale, but he broke it.
It's off the scale.
Uncle Bobby says he's excited 17. Well, y'all all know what that means. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody's excited. All right, here we go.
J6. Higher than J6. Woo! Nice.
Okay, classic. There we go. Oh no. The 28th of December, the national anthem here in the DC Goulash.
It's Pledge of Allegiance
Wonderful,
Day.
wonderful, wonderful.
And it's Pledge of Allegiance Day.
Day. Oh wow, is it really?
Yes.
We should have sang the Pledge of Allegiance. Man. Well, that's unfortunate. Everybody's gone now, but we should have really rallied the team. Yeah. Man. Well, we have the verse of the day and the quote here in Colossians, chapter 1, verse 10. And starting here, it says, that you might walk worthily of the Lord unto all pleasing and being fruitful in every good work, increasing in the knowledge of God, strengthened with all might according unto his glorious power, unto all patience and long-suffering with joyfulness, giving thanks unto your Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light, who hath delivered us from the powers of darkness, and hath translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. Wow.
That's right.
There's so much in that. There's a whole lot, and it's just so many good things we have. Now that we are partakers, and we are put into the inheritance of the saints in the light. I mean, that's such a big thing, that we are part of that, strengthened with all might according unto his glory and power, unto the Prince of long-suffering, unto the patience and long-suffering with joyfulness. I mean, shoot. And who hath delivered us from the powers of darkness. Isn't that good? Isn't that good? I like being delivered from the powers of darkness. Yeah. That's a good day, you know?
Amen.
So many times you hear from the news and hear all the things, and you're like, man, there is so much evil out there, so much bad in the world, and and this is true. There is so much evil out there, but the Lord says we are already victorious, that we cannot be overcome by this wickedness, but we are to be a light in the darkness and continue to preach truth and preach the gospel, that he has paid for our sins and made us more than just conquerors, but be a part of the inheritance. And wow, we have a home in heaven, and if that ain't something to praise the Lord about every day, then we just are ungrateful. Yeah. So there you go, something to praise the Lord about. And right there in Colossians, there's so much in that whole entire chapter. And it's a really good study. A lot of good, deeper truths in there that we didn't even get to go over, but good stuff. What do you think, Joe?
I like like I said, the overcoming the power of the darkness, which we've literally got to see in our own lives. Come on the 20th, all the people who sought to destroy us are going to, have to let us free. They're going to either that or be fired, and someone else is going to let us out. But they're going to not get what they desired. So it's going to be a good day.
Amen to that.
Yeah. And so our quote today. Oh, keep going.
No, go right ahead.
No.
Uh-oh. I interrupted think we lost them. Hello. Are you there? Are you there? We
You hear something.
Hello? 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 We know you're still there, but we can't hear you talking. Hello? We're still there.
Hey, dancers and singers.
That's because I interrupted them. I know that's why. They knew it too, right?
Dancers and singers.
I just wanted to give you guys an update on Ryan Wilson. They moved me to a very dark, creepy medical unit last night, where we only get 2 hours out a day. The cell sink and toilet didn't work, and it was flooded when they put me in there. They made me mop it up, then closed the door on me. A couple of hours later, at midnight, a guard came and rescued me and was really upset I was in there. He said someone messed up and put me in the wrong medical unit. I'm now in M96, and we get out from 9 to 2, then from 4 to 4:30. So far, everyone is nice. I was really worried last night. It was a dark dungeon. The staff looked like the most depressed people. Praise be to God for taking me out of there. How is it that a medical unit like this even exists in this jail?
Right.
You know, Patriots, we hear, and we are advocates for the J6ers, but I guarantee you he's not the only one that was locked in that cell in the past week. Something needs to change.
That's right.
We need singers and dancers. We need singers and dancers, please.
Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas,
North Dakota.
from sea to
Finish
sky,
line is almost there, folks.
from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA.
And Florida.
There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget
the guys inside.
Who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget
The ladies inside.
who gave that
All right, here we go, folks. Ready?
gladly stand up
Boom.
next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
God bless the USA.
USA!
All the way.
USA!
All the way.
USA!
All the way.
All right, y'all, please keep our precious Mickey and her family in your prayers. It's so tough right now for them, and I love them so much, and I know y'all do too. So let's just keep them close to our heart. Thank y'all so much. It is a wet one. Y'all keep praying for us. We'll pray for y'all. We'll see y'all on the other side of this.
All right. Freedom Corner gangsters. Don't forget to say your prayers. Don't let the bugs bite. Thank you for joining us on Gather, Rumble, and YouTube. Pray for Sherry and me. And don't forget, pray for Mama Mickey and her family. And just pray for all of us. We need prayers daily. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow.